Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the NFC North has been a battleground, a division that's seen its fair share of ups and downs over the years. But right now, there's a lot of buzz, a lot of speculation, and a lot of excitement swirling around a potential blockbuster move involving the Chicago Bears that could reshape the division's power dynamics for the foreseeable future. And it all centers around one of the league's top cornerbacks, Patrick Surtain, who is currently making waves as a key piece of the Denver Broncos defense. The rumors are intense, and they suggest that the Bears might be on the verge of landing one of the league's most talented shutdown corners, a move that could elevate their defense to a whole new level. Let's talk a little about the context here. The Denver Broncos, a team that's been undergoing a bit of a rebuild after their high-profile hires and some recent struggles, currently sit at a 2-6 record. That's not where they wanted to be, especially after making big offseason moves and trying to stabilize under new coaching staff. The quarterback situation with Knicks has shown promise, with a QBR of 78.9, but overall, the team has struggled mightily defensively, allowing an alarming 29 points per game. That's a huge problem, especially when you consider that their secondary needs reinforcements, and Surtain, who's been a shining star in Denver, might be the piece they're willing to part with in a major shakeup. The trade rumors suggest that the Broncos are eyeing a package that includes Chicago's first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2025. This kind of deal would give the Broncos the cap space they need, around $22 million, to bolster their quarterback and offensive line positions, areas that have been a concern for them this season. The thought is that trading Surtain, who's been incredibly impressive in 2025, might be the key to jump-starting their rebuild, especially after a season where their defense has leaked points and allowed too many big plays. The Broncos are reportedly prioritizing youth and potential, especially given the aging roster and some previous underwhelming performances, like their failed Jets-like rebuild from 2024. Now, for the Bears, this would be a game-changer. Acquiring Patrick Surtain, a player who's been on fire this season, would significantly strengthen their secondary. Surtain has been exceptional, even with a hamstring injury in Week 4, yet he still managed to rack up 5 interceptions, 19 pass deflections, and hold opposing quarterbacks to only 43% completion against him. That's elite-level stuff. His PFF grade for 2025 is a sky-high 93.4, and his target rate is just 12.3%. What does that mean? It means offenses are afraid to throw his way. He's a true shutdown corner. Over his NFL career, he's accumulated 16 interceptions, 78 pass deflections, and over 300 tackles, making him a versatile and reliable presence on the field. His ability to shut down deep routes, with an 83% success rate at preventing deep completions, has set him apart from many other corners. Not to mention, his coverage efficiency surpasses even some of the league's best, like Simmons, with an 80% efficiency in man coverage. The Broncos, on the other hand, have a manageable cap space of around $13 million, and their focus now is on developing younger players after a roster that has struggled with aging and underperformance. They're looking to rebuild, and trading Surtain would be a bold but potentially rewarding move, given his value and the impact he has on the field. For Chicago, acquiring such a player would be a massive boost. Their defense last season was a solid unit, but it lacked a true shutdown corner who could turn the tide of games with a single play. Surtain could be that difference maker, especially with the Bears trying to establish a more aggressive, ball-hawking defense under their current coaching staff. So what would this mean? Well, if this trade happens, it could lead to a significant reduction in big plays allowed by the Bears. Currently, teams are exploiting their secondary, but with Surtain lining up on one side, that number could drop by as much as 23%. That's a huge difference when you think about the game plan. Opponents would find it much harder to complete deep passes, forcing them to rely on shorter, more manageable throws. Chicago's pass defense could see a dramatic improvement, allowing less than 165 passing yards per game, a figure comparable to some of the best defenses in the league, like the Dolphins when they added Jalen Ramsey. That's the sort of impact that elevates a team from good to great, especially in the NFC North, where the division rivals are always looking to outdo each other. And speaking of Ramsey, it's interesting to note that the Bears' defense could see a similar boost in their overall points allowed, dropping from around 21 points per game to something closer to 15. That kind of defensive performance echoes back to the legendary Bears teams of 2018, who were known for their suffocating defense and relentless pressure. Adding Surtain would give Eberflus' squad a true lockdown element, one that could dominate opponents, passing games, and allow the team to control games from the front. When you look at the analytics, the impact might be even more profound. Opponents facing the Bears' secondary could see their EPA, expected points added, drop by 15% against cover 1 schemes, according to PFF data. That kind of strategic advantage is priceless in the NFL, especially when you're trying to make a deep playoff run. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the odds of the Bears making a Super Bowl might have seemed long earlier in the season, but with a move like this, bringing in a player like Surtain, their Super Bowl odds could jump from plus 3,500 to plus 1,200. That's a massive shift, and it shows how much faith the betting markets are placing on this potential upgrade. Surtain could be the X factor in the playoffs, giving the Bears a chance to go deep and challenge the NFC giants. Their defense, with Surtain's talent, could become the backbone of a team that's looking to dominate the division and finally reclaim its place among the NFC's elite. When you think about the overall strategy, this move signals that the Bears are serious about contending. They're recognizing that building a shutdown defense is the key to sustained success, echoing the era under Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy, but with a modern twist. It's about creating a team that can stifle opponents, make big plays when needed, and set the tone for a deep playoff run. The NFC North is evolving, and with the Lions and Vikings also making moves, Chicago has to respond with boldness. Acquiring Surtain could be that bold statement that they're not just rebuilding but aiming to dominate. And let's not forget the historical context. The Bears' defense has a storied history of legendary secondary players, and bringing in Surtain would be a continuation of that legacy. It's about restoring pride, about showing the league that Chicago's defense is back on top. This is the kind of move that can energize the entire team, excite the fan base, and set the stage for a memorable season. Fans are already dreaming of what's possible with a shutdown corner like Surtain, and the NFL rumors are only fueling that fire. So, in summary, this potential trade is more than just a player swap. It's a strategic move that could redefine the Bears' defense, elevate their playoff chances, and send shockwaves through the NFC North. The combination of Surtain's elite coverage skills, the Bears' strategic needs, and the Broncos' rebuilding plans makes this a scenario worth watching closely. The ripple effects could be felt across the league, and if it materializes, it might be remembered as one of the most impactful trades of the season. For Chicago Bears fans, this is about more than just a player. It's about hope, about a team that's ready to take the next step, and about finally putting the NFC North on notice. So keep your eyes on this story because, if it happens, it could be the start of something special. The Bears might just be on the verge of assembling a defense that's capable of winning championships, and Patrick Surtain II could be the key piece to unlock that potential. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Surtain II is the missing piece that can finally take this defense to another level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with moves like this, the future looks brighter than ever. Keep supporting your team, stay passionate, and let's see what the Bears can accomplish with a little bit of luck, and maybe, just maybe, some bold moves like this one. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.